Hi everyone, welcome to AP Music Theory for this year. My hope is that if you need to pause the recording for any reason, you can do that. If you need to back up and listen to something again, you should do that. If you need to review it, these recordings will always be available for you. So what are we going to do in music theory this year? I'm going to ask you these questions. Can you see with your ears? Can you hear with your eyes? A hearing eye and a seeing ear are skills that we will be developing in music theory through dictation and sight singing this year. For example, if you are given a piece of music, before you even attempt to play it, could you look at it and know what it sounds like? If you heard a melody, could you write it down on a piece of paper? The answer is yes to both of those. So what is sound? Sound is the sensation of hearing when vibrations reach the ear. A vibration is really when we make the air vibrate or move in a regular motion to create sound. So 4 properties of sound. Pitch is the frequency of the vibrations. The more vibrations, the higher the pitch. For example, in orchestra, 440 is an A. I actually like it at 442. It's just a smidge higher. I think it sounds better. Intensity. It's the volume. Is it a pianissimo or fortissimo? The duration. How long is a note? And the timbre, not timbre, timbre. It's the color of the sound. Is it a clarinet or an oboe? A soprano or an alto? A violin or a viola? A trombone or a French horn? Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. We're going to jump around between a staff and this slide. So notation, clefs. Let's see if I can get this up here. Yeah. A G clef is also known as a treble clef, and it looks like this. And primarily this little swooshy is what is wrapping around the G line. So let me see if I can show you that. Here we go. Here's my staff. So my treble wraps around the G line, and we get every good boy does fine. And the spaces are F, A, C, E. If you put this all together, line, space, you'd get the alphabet E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. It's like going upstairs. So when we add ledger lines, you know, there's a space up here. That's a G, because the last line was an F. So then we have a G space, and then we add a ledger line. We have an A. We have a space on top of the A. That's a B. We're just going up the alphabet. If we add another ledger line, we get a C. On top of that would be a D, and so on and so forth. Okay? Going back to, whoa, wrong direction. We'll get there. If we go to the F clef, right here, that's the bass clef. Okay? And it's known as F clef because, let's see if I can show you this again. When it goes like this, those 2 little dots that look like a colon, that they outline the F line. The C clef, which pretty much no one plays on unless you play the viola, this is a C clef right there, and it looks like that. Let's look at it on a staff. Sorry. I'll get better at doing this faster. Okay, so here's our bass clef, just like that. And there's the colon on the F line. So the lines are good boys do fine always. And the lines are all cows eat grass. Okay, awesome. For the C clef that looks like this, the B, where the 2 lumps of the B meet, that's a C. This is alto clef. This, right here like that, that's a C. This is tenor. You can pretty much put this anywhere and get a clef. The most important ones to be fluent in are treble and bass, okay? I didn't do that very well, okay. And the cool thing I think about this grand staff, this is what pianos play on, right here is middle C. Both clefs meet at middle C. This still blows my mind. If I were to go up the bass clef here, the last line is A. Here's a space. That's B. Add a ledger line. Oh my goodness. There's C. Same thing on the treble staff. Here's an E. I'm going to go down to a space. There's my D. I add a ledger line. Here's C. It's the same C. I'm going to blow your minds one more time. Here's alto clef, right? This is C, right? That is middle C. What? Do this. Here's tenor clef. That's middle C. So they're all middle C. Pretty wild, right? Okay. Going back here. So we talked about the grand staff. An octave, which most of you are probably familiar with, is from C to C, D to D. It's 8 notes. Oct means 8. We just talked about ledger lines. They extend the staff. Accidentals. You can copy. It's sharp, flat, natural. The X is a double sharp. We'll talk about that. And the 2 flats are a double flat. So these are called, when they sound alike, but they're spelled different, enharmonic equivalents. It's like a homonym. Things are spelled differently, but sound the same. Why does spelling matter? Let's see if we can answer that. First, by looking at all of these accidentals in play. So when I put a sharp, it's this middle of this tic-tac-toe box that has to be on the space or the line. So here we go. Here's an A sharp. If I'm in treble clef, sorry. My favorite clef, yay. If I'm gonna make a sharp go lower by a half step, I put a natural there. If I want the natural to go lower, I put a flat there. If I want the flat to go lower, it's a double flat. With the sharp, if I want it to go a sharp to go higher, that's when it becomes a double sharp. You might see it written like that, but most of the time you're going to see it written as an X. But so enharmonic equivalence, it's like if I say the sun is out. If I spelt it like S-O-N, like my son goes to school, you wouldn't understand what I was talking about. It's the same thing in music. Things have to be spelled properly. Spelling counts, and there is no spell check for music theory. I'm really sorry. Okay. One more quick slide on this video, and then we'll be done. Actually, I lied. We will do this on the next video.